Hello, creative minds. Welcome to a deep dive into the fascinating world of posing. Whether you're a seasoned photographer, an aspiring model, or simply passionate about visual storytelling, understanding effective posing is key. Today, we're unraveling the secrets behind captivating images. We'll explore how to highlight different body types, understand the nuances of masculine and feminine expressions, and reveal one universal pose. This guide is designed to elevate your skills, making every shot more impactful and intentional. Let's unlock the power of dynamic posing together. Posing models effectively means understanding their unique physical attributes. Tall models and petite models each present distinct opportunities and challenges. The goal is always to enhance their natural beauty and create compelling visual narratives. For tall models, the focus is often on emphasizing their elegant length and graceful lines. Encourage long, sweeping gestures and extended limbs. Poses that allow them to stretch out, like leaning against a wall or reaching upwards, work beautifully. Avoid overly compact or hunched poses, which can make them appear awkward. Instead, utilize their height to create strong vertical compositions. Think about open postures that showcase their impressive stature. Consider using props or environmental elements that complement their height. A long staircase or a tall doorway can frame them perfectly. Emphasize their natural flow and the beautiful lines their bodies create. Now, let's shift our focus to petite models. The aim here is often to create an illusion of length and dynamism. Angles and diagonal lines become your best friends. Encourage poses that involve bending limbs, like a bent knee or an arm akimbo. These angles break up the body, adding energy and preventing a static appearance. Sitting poses can also be very effective, allowing for interesting compositions. Utilize perspective to your advantage. Shooting from a slightly lower angle can make a petite model appear taller. Incorporate movement, like a subtle walk or a twirl, to add a sense of dynamism and flow. Props can also be used to create scale or add visual interest. A small chair or a low wall can provide a natural platform. Remember, the key is to create engaging shapes and lines that draw the viewer's eye. Understanding the traditional distinctions between masculine and feminine posing can help you guide your subjects. These are not rigid rules, but rather a spectrum of expressions. They offer a framework for conveying different moods and narratives. Masculine poses often emphasize strength, stability, and a grounded presence. Think about broad shoulders, a strong stance, and direct eye contact. The body tends to be more angular, with straighter lines and less curvature. Open postures, like hands on hips or arms crossed over the chest, convey confidence and power. Weight is typically distributed evenly, creating a sense of solidity. The gaze is often direct and assertive. Feminine poses, conversely, tend to highlight softness, grace, and fluidity. Curvature and S shapes are often emphasized. The body might be more relaxed, with gentle bends in the limbs. Closed postures, such as hands clasped or a slight tilt of the head, can convey intimacy or vulnerability. Weight is often shifted to one side, creating a more dynamic and less rigid appearance. The gaze in feminine poses can be softer, perhaps looking away or slightly down. The overall impression is often one of elegance and gentle movement. It's important to remember that these are traditional archetypes. Modern posing often blends these elements, allowing for a wider range of expression. A model can embody both strength and softness, regardless of gender. Encourage your subjects to explore what feels natural and authentic to them. A masculine pose can be softened, and a feminine pose can be given more edge. The most compelling images often come from breaking these molds. Focus on the emotion and story you want to convey. Does the pose feel powerful, vulnerable, playful, or serene? Let the narrative guide your choices, rather than strict adherence to gendered posing rules. There is indeed one fundamental pose that serves as an excellent starting point for almost anyone, regardless of their body type or the desired expression. This pose is often referred to as the S-curve or contrapposto. It's a timeless principle of balance and dynamism. The S-curve creates a natural, pleasing line through the body, avoiding stiffness. It introduces a subtle asymmetry that makes the pose feel more alive and less like a rigid statue. It's the secret to making subjects look comfortable and engaging. To achieve the S-curve, instruct your subject to shift their weight primarily onto one leg. This immediately causes the hip on the weighted side to rise slightly, while the opposite hip drops. This creates the first curve. Next, encourage them to slightly tilt their shoulders in the opposite direction of their hips. If the right hip is up, the left shoulder should be slightly higher. This counter-rotation creates the second part of the S. Finally, a slight turn of the head, perhaps looking towards the camera or slightly away, completes the natural flow. This subtle twist adds depth and interest, drawing the viewer's eye through the entire composition. This pose works universally because it mimics the natural way humans stand when relaxed. It adds movement and dimension without requiring extreme contortions. It's inherently flattering and versatile. For tall models, the S-curve emphasizes their elegant length while adding a touch of dynamic grace. For petite models, it creates interesting angles and the illusion of more length through the body's natural curves. For masculine expressions, the S-curve can be subtle, adding a grounded yet dynamic feel. For feminine expressions, it enhances natural curves and fluidity. It's a foundational pose that can be adapted endlessly. Practice this S-curve with your subjects. Once they understand the basic weight shift and counter-rotation, they can easily modify it. They can adjust arm placement, hand gestures, and facial expressions to suit any mood or style. Mastering posing is an ongoing journey of observation and practice. By understanding how to adapt to different body types, express various moods, and utilize foundational principles like the S-curve, you're building a powerful toolkit. Remember, the most effective poses are those that feel natural and authentic to your subject. Encourage communication, experimentation, and a collaborative spirit during your sessions. Keep exploring, keep learning, and most importantly, keep creating. Your ability to guide and inspire your subjects will transform your images. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the art of posing.